So, welcome to my garden. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. I have to think of the day. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, and I thought I'll bring it outside because, hey, it's still summer. I've got kind of like a BLT sandwich, so I've got big lettuce, tomato, of course, an egg, like an omelette, just basic omelette with a little bit of cream, some homemade mayo. I ran out of lettuce, so one of the sandwiches, I think it's this one, has actually kale on one layer. Yeah. Anyway, some salt and vinegar crisps. And what else? A beer. Anyway, I can't wait to eat. I'm super starving. Let's eat. That's what I call an aggressive pour. Well, the tomatoes also homegrown by my wife. Cheers.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a woman. There's a body.
A woman's body, sir?
She's here. But not all of her. Not all of her.
Calm down, sir. Can you tell me if the woman is breathing?
She has her tail. She has no face.
I'm Ingrid Mendoza, and you're in Killer Country. This week, we're diving into the bizarre death of Maribel Diaz. Maribel dreamed of becoming a Hollywood actress, but trapped in the small seaside town of Mystic Bay, Florida, her options were limited. She'd book an occasional used car commercial or a clown at a child's birthday party, but legitimate opportunities were few and far between. Eventually, however, Maribel found a path to acting in an unexpected place, Wild Tides Water Park. There, Maribel donned a long silver tail and a shimmering tube top. 5 days a week, rain or shine, she'd swim in a massive glass tank, smiling at tourists and posing for pictures. At Wild Tides, Maribel became Miss Maribel, the magic mermaid of Mystic Bay. Then, on August 24th, 2012, everything changed. Hurricane Braden tore through Mystic Bay, destroying 65 homes, 34 Shake Shacks, and leaving at least one person missing: Maribel Diaz. Frank Wild, the longtime owner of Wild Tides Water Park, was among the last to see her alive.
She was a pretty lady. Some say she had webbed feet. She never wanted to talk. Now, I don't like to speak ill of the dead, but she was a little cold. Snobby, you might say. When the hurricane was coming, I told her, "Hey, sweetie, you can stay with me. Because, you know, this place is a fortress. I got hurricane shutters, sandbags, the whole shebang. A bunker with a sauna, screening room, bowling alley. Yeah, regulation bowling alley, you understand? Yeah, the real deal." Yeah, I told her, I got 2 months worth of beans. Yeah, all kinds of beans. Right? Black beans, kidney beans, pint toe beans, lima beans, soybeans, jelly beans. Yeah, I was worried, you know, because she lived all by herself. I owned the building she lived in, and I knew it was I knew she wouldn't have beans. But she told me she'd be okay on her own. Yeah, maybe if she just stayed at my place. You know, you wonder what might have been. But she said no, she didn't even like beans.
I spoke with Frank at his home over 3-bean salad. From where we sat on an expansive back patio festooned with marble statues of dolphins, women, and dolphin women, we could see the very top of Wild Tide's Megalodon Mega Twister. It's a massive water slide, just over 100 feet tall, that shoots park visitors into the waiting jaws of a fiberglass megalodon.
Please, this park employs half the damn town easily. We added that big slide, the friggin' orcas. It's a sight to see, especially the mermaids. And Mirabelle, well, she was the most popular one. You really just never think of something happening to a girl like that in a place like this. Well, except for that time when those kids got eaten during the alligator parade. Or the time the clowns went feral. Oh, or that time when the old guy...
Behind us, something bumps hard against a glass wall.
don't mind her. That's Cannellini. Here, girl. Come here. Come on, sweet bean.
Frank Wild, heir to the Wild Bean Company fortune, is an avowed animal lover. His home, a concrete monolith rising from the steaming marsh, includes a massive glass pyramid teeming with all sorts of aquatic marvels, including, most notably, a 6-foot albino alligator named Cannellini. He also owns a narwhal, 7 dolphins, roughly 16 flamingos, 3 tigers, 7 pythons, a wild boar, and several ostriches. Most are named after beans. Frank goes on.
I used to have a whole mess of macaws, too. But every hurricane, more of them escaped. Sometimes I still see them flying over the house. I guess they wanted to be free. Yeah, whatever that means. Anyway, she was a nice girl. Sometimes. And it's a shame what happened.
Jessa Lynn Garcia, another mermaid at Wild Tide's water park, remembers Mirabelle a bit differently.
She was just sweet as pie. She really was. And such a pretty little thing. For a brunette, except for the gills. She was always giving me real nice tips, about what to do with my clothes or my hair. She'd come up to me while we'd be putting our tails on and say something like, "Oh, Jessalyn, you would look so good as a blonde." Or, "Oh, Jessalyn, don't go to that Shake Shack on August 24th. I had a vision." And, she was always the second runner-up at pageants. Almost Miss Key Lime Pie. Almost the Orange Blossom Queen. Almost ambassador to Kazakhstan. People don't realize it, but it takes a lot of character to keep showing up after losing out over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm proud of my titles. Always will be. I don't take the honor of being the Orange Blossom Queen 6 straight years in a row lightly, but, I admired Mirabelle, too. And she had a good heart. She'd volunteer all the time. She'd perform for the little old people down at the senior center. Sing that song from that mermaid movie, I'm in Your World, or whatever it's called. I don't know, my children only watch godly movies. But she'd sing that. She didn't have children, so maybe she didn't realize. Or a husband, which I also have, so. Oh, and she was a perfectionist. So she'd sing that same song over and over till she got it right. 20, 30 times. The old people would tell her she didn't have to, that she could stop at any time, but she was happy to do it. She was a natural performer. Oh, so gifted. I was never like that. I mean, everyone's different. Some of us are more into the artistry of it all. I'm a Wild Tides water park mermaid because I believe it's important to provide families with wholesome, all-ages entertainment at an affordable price. But others, they like the attention. Not that I'm blaming her for what happened. Gosh, no. She was a nice person. She didn't deserve that. Not at all. You just never think something like that would happen in a little teensy-weensy town like Mystic Bay. I mean, besides that time that poor boy was pushed into that hydraulic press, or that old man who spontaneously combusted in the Publix parking lot. But other than that, you just never think of bad stuff happening here. It was so sad what happened to her. Of course, we all suspected Jared. He was weird. He followed her around like a puppy. A weird puppy.
Mirabelle's disappearance left a mark on the minuscule town of Mystic Bay, with search missions tampered by downed power lines and felled trees. As days turned into weeks, the town's optimism began to fade. That said, losing hope is something of a custom for residents of Mystic Bay. For years, competing theme parks, virus outbreaks, daylight savings, and a quickly shifting culture led to a downturn in park numbers.
Hey, come on now. Wild Tides is still top quality. Some of the best damn entertainment in the state. I don't care what anyone thinks, right? But the fact of the matter is, kids don't go for that anymore. Yeah, they'd rather be on their phones playing Candy Crush or Roblox Adopt Me or Neal.Fun than at a park with their folks. So people stopped coming. And then, of course, that's when they found her. Or what was left of her.
What was left of Mirabelle was found by Jared Holt on November 15th, 2012, 3 months after she went missing. That's his voice you heard in the 911 call at the top of the episode.
She has her tail. She has no face.
When Chipko County Police arrived at the scene, they discovered a grisly sight. Mirabelle Diaz, lodged in the jaws of the Megalodon Megatwister, her mermaid tail curled daintily beneath her on the ancient beast's pink fiberglass tongue. The park's earliest attendees, a group of school children from the St. Brendan the Navigator Institute for Marine Biology, followed Jared's gaze, the park's famed mermaid staring back at them. That is, if she could have stared back. Jessalyn Garcia remembers the day vividly.
Oh, he was all cat and tonic when he first saw her. Like he couldn't move or blink or say a single word. Oh, poor thing. He just stood there, looking into the hole where her face had been. It was all sunk in. A pit. No offense to Mirabelle, but I think it was the worst I've ever seen her look. And it was the first day since the hurricane that the park was open to the public. That's what's so sad about it. November is always a slow month. The water's cold, the sun sets early. It's peak season for the flesh-eating algae that sometimes grows on the lazy river inner tubes. But we lost so much money because of the storm that we were all just so excited for the park to open back up
Welcome to
again.
today's guided
And
meditation
someone had
session.
just up and shoved
I'm so glad
poor
you're here.
little old Mirabelle into the big old shark's
For
mouth.
the next 20
How's that for taking the steak right out of your popsicle?
minutes,
Now,
I'll be guiding you
Jessalyn
towards
had a
seeking
pretty good
peace
idea of
in
who was
times of
responsible.
chaos.
But first,
I invite you to find a comfortable position, be it in a chair,
speaking of
on the
popsicles,
floor,
when's the last
or on
time
a
you
cushion.
enjoyed a mouthful of fresh, home-cooked food? Between
Be sure
work and
to sit up
errands,
straight.
there's never time to
Your
cook a
arms
proper
resting
meal.
comfortably on
That's
your
where
lap.
Dinner Dash
Your
comes in.
palms facing
Dinner
down.
Dash is a weekly meal delivery service focused
you're
on fresh,
seated in a
organic
chair,
ingredients
I invite you
with
to
recipes
place both
chosen
feet
by
firmly
real
on the
chefs.
ground.
Best of all, Dinner Dash
If you're
meals
seated on the
never
floor or
expire.
on a cushion,
Using our
I
secret
encourage you to
technology,
position
we
yourself
have
in
made
such a
eggs
way
that last
that you feel
forever.
fully
Get
grounded
20% off
and
your first
supported.
Dinner Dash weekly meal kit with code
I'll give you
KILLER20.
a few more seconds
Dinner Dash.
to find the
Meals
position
that are
that's
eternal.
right for you.
Back to the case. Here's Jessalyn.
Now, the first thing you gotta understand
Ready?
about Mystic Bay is
Let's
that
begin.
it's a small town. Real small.
You can close your
Itty-bitty.
eyes.
So
or just
everyone
let
knows
your vision
everyone here.
gradually
I went to
soften.
school with Jared and
Whichever
Mirabelle,
is best
worked
for you.
alongside them here at the park. And
Let's
Jared,
start by focusing
well, I
on
can
our
say this,
prey.
right? Because I know him.
Now,
He's
there
probably
may be
just
other
about the
things
worst
vying for
mascot
attention.
we've ever had.
Sound,
The only reason he
smell,
kept his job is because no one else wanted to
traffic,
wear the costume. And when I
children,
say he wanted to wear the costume,
lights,
I mean he really,
keyboards
really,
clicking, footsteps
really
down
wanted
the
to
hall,
wear the costume. Like,
hydraulic compressors,
really. Like,
the heart,
not
blood
the
of
dog
electrical
on
If the sound or
Jared
thought
Holt had dressed as
pull your
Wild Tide's
attention
water
away,
park's iconic mascot, Manny the Manatee,
To softly
since
bring
dropping
your
out of
focus
Mystic
back
Bay High
to
School
your
in
prey.
1999. His costume consisted of a massive
Now,
suit carved
let's
of
breathe
grease and
in for
foam,
3
complete with
counts.
flippers,
Line
a
your
floppy
chest
headpiece,
and belly
and
to
Manny's
expand.
signature
Foot,
orange
solid
flip-flops. All told, the costume weighed in at a staggering 140 pounds and was said to have
Hold your
reached
breath
internal
for 3
temperatures of up to 100 degrees, 310 Kelvin in the searing Florida heat. Past Manny the Manatees
Well
have been
done.
recorded passing out from the
Next,
extreme temperature,
release your breath
including
through
one
your
Manny
mouth
who,
with
in
an audible
1973,
sigh
collapsed
for 6
face
counts.
first into a child's
Ready?
birthday cake, and another who, in 1985, became partially baked within the suit while conducting a water safety demonstration at the park's wave pool. For years, Wild Tide's water park officials
Let's do
could
that
not
again.
find workers willing to put
Breathe
on
in.
the suit.
Whoa.
2,
Change the design?
3.
Yeah, no.
And
No.
hold.
Out of the question. That Manny the Manatee suit was designed by my
And now
own
gently
daddy,
breathe out
Frank
with a sigh.
Wild Sr. Jr. He had 2 dreams. To sell quality beans at affordable prices across the
One last
continental United States of America,
on the breath.
and to make a true
Feel in your lungs.
man-manatee hybrid he
Now
referred to
feel
as the
into
humanity.
the world.
And that damn suit,
There is always
that's the second closest he ever got to it. So no,
the peace,
I'd never change
the
it.
chaos.
If you think the suit's too heavy or too stinky or too what have you,
3.
well, that's a personal thing.
Hold.
Man up. And manatee up. Come on, change the suit? What, are you kidding me with this?
3.
You could smell the suit before you saw it. I'd say it was closest to... You ever have a
One.
Florida-style pizza? Well,
that you've begun
you
to
take a
relax,
handful of saltine
let's
crackers and
begin
sort of
to bring
spread them
your
out on a paper
focus
plate with
further.
sprayed cheese, turtle jerky, and a little bit of gas station pickle, and a sprinkle in of boiled peanuts. Just leave it out for a little bitty bit, let the sunshine do its magic, and voila, you got yourself a meal. Now, it's delicious,
Them all fall
but you're
away.
only smelling it for
Just
about a
quietly
mile,
bring your
2 miles
focus
out if the
back
wind hits
to
just
your
right.
breathing.
I don't really eat
your
that sort of
body.
food, personally.
To your
The Manny the Manatee suit smelled sort of like
Your
that.
breath
Like
is your
Florida-style pizza. Or rotten broccoli.
times
Despite
of
the
chaos.
suit's numerous downsides,
Whenever you
there was
stray,
one person
become
more than
distracted.
willing to don it around the park.
Return to your
Jared
breath.
Holt.
Jared, well, he strayed from the light of the Lord. I can tell you
I
that
want
much
you
for
to
nothing.
picture a string
Tampering
that
with the
runs
divine
from
design.
the top of your head
He had a lot
to
of
the soles
off
of your feet.
predications.
Follow
He
the
was
string in your mind.
fuzzy.
And
I met with Jared Holt at the Chipco County Jail. It's a small, peach-colored structure across from a former Sears-turned-Spirit house.
I first learned about it online. I've always liked to draw. Like funny animals. Or animals with like
feel free to
bazooka arms. And just funny stuff, you know? Whatever pops into my head. Like maybe I'll draw a manatee with big muscles and bazooka arms. Or maybe I'll feel more like drawing a bazooka that shoots out manatees with really huge muscles.
note of it.
There's a lot of symbolism there if you think about it. Not that a lot of people think about it. I have a real respect for all sirenians. That's the term for aquatic mammals like manatees and dugongs, by the way. Sirenian.
Let's begin.
You know, like a siren, like a mermaid. You know, they think sailors invented mermaids because they saw manatees out in the water and fell in love with them.
I asked Jared whether his appreciation for Sirenians extended to Mirabelle. He grows quiet, sullen, and then
Let it be honest. Soft.
Mirabelle, no.
Let tension melt.
I don't think of her that way.
Very logical.
She was pretty, sure. Long, pinkish hair, cross-eyed. She was a friend to me. Nothing less, nothing more. And after all, she was the one to pull me out of that pool train.
the incident to which Jared is referring occurred in June of 2001 and has since become a local legend around the microscopic town of Mystic Bay. Jared Holt, then 19, had gone on break. Like many Wild Tide Water Park workers, fighting the miasmic heat of a June afternoon with can after can
You've got mail.
of fluorescent yellow alcoholic energy drinks, he suffered a lapse in judgment. Against park rules, he stripped off his heavy mascot suit and, accompanied by several other intoxicated park employees, dove into the inviting, aqua-colored waters of the Wild Tide wave pool. Jessa Lynn, like nearly everyone else in the unbelievably tiny town of Mystic Bay, has heard every
let's take a look at
detail of what transpired that
video.
fateful
I was told to
afternoon.
watch it.
The wave pool.
You've got
Oh,
mail.
my stars in heaven. Well, we're not supposed to be fraternizing with the customers, the park goers. That's the first thing. It's important to have boundaries, or else the customers will try to get away with every little thing, from bringing corn dogs on the water slide to putting their bits and
How are they
pieces in
even
the
doing
jellyfish tank. And then there's the fact that Manny the manatee should never
got
be seen
mail.
at a costume. That's the second thing. It scares the little children.
Is that like a world
Seeing bright
record?
pink human man wearing nothing but swim trunks and a manatee mascot head.
You've got mail.
Unnatural. And then, of course, there's the
You've got
prophecy.
mail.
That's the third thing.
But first,
You've got mail.
when it comes to looking out for your future, do you know who to trust?
Insane!
You've got
That's
mail.
insane!
Invest in your tomorrow today with Chipco County Bank and Loan. With Chipco
You've
County
got
Bank and
mail.
Loan, you can rest assured your money is working as hard as you
Okay,
who are
close.
using the power of state-certified psychic accountants. Astrological accounting harnesses the power of the planets to grow your wealth astronomically. Open an account today and receive a complimentary framed birth chart.
You've got mail.
Aries in your second house, Pisces in your eighth. It's no matter. With Chipco
You've done
County
this
Bank
too?
and Loan, even Gemini placements can look forward to financial
Why is your
security. And if you use code KILLER50 within 30
head
days,
so
you can
block
receive
shaped? It's
an
not block
extra
shaped. Don't
$50
say
cash
that.
bonus just for signing up. Chipco County Bank and Loan. We'll have you seeing stars.
Come on, time to get out for a day.
And now, back to the case.
You've got mail.
The prophecy, as everyone knows, foretells the return of a creature known only as the anomaly. Its name cannot be uttered by human tongues, and human minds cannot conceive of its form. And the anomaly starves for the
It's ham
flesh
and
of
cheese.
non-believers. Every 130 years, like clockwork, it returns
You've got mail.
a thief. Like, even little kids know this, right? What happens is, you go into the wave pool, you hold onto your boogie
You've
board,
got mail.
you hear the murmurs, and you heed those dang murmurs, Miss Ma'am. I'll tell you that much.
No, I can't.
You heed the
Can't share. I only got enough for me.
dang murmurs.
Well, sure.
Your breath can always
Yeah,
guide you back
I knew
to
about the
a sense of
prophecy. But you've got to keep in mind, hundreds, if not tens
You've
of
got
people
mail.
go into that wave pool, and most of them come out totally fine. So, I guess, I thought I'd be okay. And I got stuck in the pool train. Well, I mean, just partly.
How long is this?
And it was none other than Neal who saved Jared from developing the same pelvic vestige as his beloved Sirenians.
She dove right in and pulled me out by the manatee
I
head.
could probably do this.
Everyone else just stood by the edge of the pool yelling, prophecy,
You've got mail.
prophecy. But Mirabelle
If I wasn't busy, I would.
acted.
Here we go.
You've got
She did
mail.
something. She saved my life.
I'm busy. You guys know I'm
To
busy.
Jessa Lynn.
Check in, everybody.
They said he came out of that pool drain with a pop.
Come on, y'all.
Where on your body do you feel warm?
Like that. And I mean,
Come on, let's go.
I'm
ready right
to
here.
the round dingle first and that
Don't say I'm unemployed. I'm very. This is my job. This is.
cursed wave pool to feed the insatiable, horrible force that rules over
I'm
a
working
universe
right
of
now.
dying planets?
I'm literally working.
Come on. Let
And
give me
also-
3 knees.
Surface, be it your chair or the
Hit
floor.
'em up. 3.
Right now, I have to go to the bathroom 1 second. But this is a job. I'm working.
Because the anomaly will always get what it wants.
One, switch it up.
Always.
3, now go back to those crunches. Crunch it down. 4, come on.
You've
Point
got
on,
mail.
Jared and Mirabelle were said to be
Corner
inseparable.
hit.
The beautiful mermaid
3, let's
always
go.
followed closely.
2, come on.
Level up.
3,
Level up.
knees, count it down.
By
3,
the familiar scent of sweat-infused foam.
At first, it was just really that I was grateful.
1, switch it up.
Upgrade. Achievement.
Corner knee. We're gonna
That wasn't
count
ever
it.
exactly nice to me before that.
You've
She
got
never
mail.
so much as looked in my
Level
direction.
up.
Interrupt these feelings. There's no need to attack me.
Build that project as we go, all right?
Lock.
Let's go.
Mermaids and
Corner
mascots,
hit.
they don't really mix, you know?
Crunch it down.
So I sort of helped
keep
her
on-
around the park a bit, just as a
To these sensations. We can simply
thank you.
Back to the
I
top.
wheeled her around when she
Adding a
had her
move
tail.
as we go.
Upgrade.
Let's go.
Purchase.
3 knees.
Loved fun.
Level up.